through.
So we did see the end of this matchup earlier. With that said, it looked bad then. It's not actually that bad of a matchup. Although the Mewtwo start is dreadful and game one just might be a quick scoop.
That is right. It is important to note that is a best of 3 going into the cut, so it's not just a one win kind of situation to move on. Still waiting for Boo to teach you how to master the Mad Party.
To master the single strike.
Is that? Oh, that's right. Boo is playing single strike. He played it well and patient last time we checked in.
So I'm actually kind of curious why Colton started them. It sounds stupid, but I might have considered starting the Dedenne here. Obviously, then you risk prizing the other Dedenne, and you currently have a dead hand. So I guess it might be too risky.
Yeah, a good point, because that Mewtwo is just an easy boss 3 prize target in this game. He doesn't have any way to remove the weakness. I don't believe he doesn't have Jirachi in there, because typically the Welder deck isn't really relying on Mewtwo all the time. Let me go ahead and double check that, but I'm pretty certain that he does not have
Jirachi. So this Mewtwo is going to get maybe 1 prize. Oh, that was really nice. So the Mad Party does nothing, which means one of 2 things. Either their hand is absolutely insane for next turn, or they'd made a risky quick ball to knock it to Dene and might get punished for it. We'll see.
So the interesting thing is, if you had a chance to Marnie this hand, would you?
That is, I don't actually know. I guess it depends what I'm playing. Because if I'm playing this deck, no, because I want to get a Welder.
So he does have 1 prizing options there. He hasn't got much in the means of Mad Partiers in the discard pile. 3. So again, we'll see if he had a dead hand and will be punished, like you said, and make that an early advantage for Colton.
And so this is a totally fine play. Having the V out there, the V is probably not going to get knocked out. And so you don't have to Vmax it. Let the V take 2 knockouts, keep the 2 prizer, because you can't let them go knockout Vmax, knockout Mewtwo for game.
Yeah. Especially if they're going slow. Having that 2 prizer out there, just hopefully taking multiple prizes. And your win condition, I think, is make them go through a 2 prizer, a 1 prizer, and then a 3 prizer, or some kind of combination of that.
And there's the research. So they do have something in hand.
They're
not
not energy. I've seen an energy go into the discard pile. So if they're not taking knockout and potentially losing this Pokemon, they might be hurting for energy.
And there's a pal pad. Put back some of those valuable resources that they just researched away, like the boss and the Giovanni's.
You hate to see the boss with a Mewtwo on your bench.
Oh yeah, they have Mad Partier plays 2 boss, 2 great catchers, so you just know you're essentially giving up 3 free prizes at some point. So you gotta be careful to not give up more. And there's a long pause coming from the Mad Partier. They still have a tea break left. And there it is. Tea breakaway a Bunnelby. Totally fine.
Bunnelby there.
Don't really need it. Realistically, they only need about 4 attacks to win this game. And they have 2 attackers on the field already.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of ridiculous to think about how easy that is. Just 4 attacks. That's all you need.
Just 4 attacks. It's no big deal. Really going for trying to take knockout this turn.
And there's Ecom. Ooh, they have to have a Dedenne in hand.
Yeah.
There it is. Like they are stacking up those Mad Partiers.
So putting a lot of pressure on that Victini. I'm assuming that's enough at this point to take knockout. And now you're almost forced
there. I don't know. Colton must be counting.
Yeah.
Because they need a lot. They need 10 in the discard to take a knockout. 4, 7,
4,
8,
7,
9. Okay. So yeah, they're not there yet.
One more.
Now they are. They just quick balled away a Bunnelby. Okay.
And that's why you keep 4 quick balls in your Mad Party deck.
Oh, for sure.
So Colton's in a really big spot here. Probably the play is to play that Charizard down. Hopefully he doesn't get one shot next turn.
Oh, I mean, if the Charizard gets one shot, you just go next. You got a Crobat. You got to grab a Welder here.
Putting the energy down before that is an interesting play because you could have potentially weldered the 1 to get 2 to out. No, that's scratch that idea. That wasn't not the play to make.
Yeah, you definitely want to Welder for as much as you can.
Yep. So yeah, playing it to Dene is not necessarily a bad thing here for the current situation.
Yeah, at this point, you already have 2 great catcherable targets on the bench. I do not like this Volcanion bench. Your opponent can just go 3-1. I think I'd rather keep that. Like, there's always that logic of like, and I've fallen for this trap playing fire decks. You're like, oh, but it's a 1 prizer, so I can trade 1 prizer for 1 prizer.
Yeah.
But then your opponent's not going to knock it out. They're just going to gust around it, or they're going to gust to knock it out. It doesn't actually help you advance your win condition.
Yeah, you're 100% right there. Digging pretty quickly or pretty deeply into the bench to find that Welder to get the knockout here, but still Mad Party's in a great position here. If they take knockout next turn, which they're only 4 more Mad Partiers away, actually 3 with the knockout, away from taking knockout on the active Charizard, and you'd be in trouble at that point.
Oh, that is true. That is, I guess, one reason the Volcanion bench is probably fine. They're already hitting everything really, really, really hard. It's terrifying to stare down a Mad Party or hitting 200 on turn 2.
Yeah, it's scary, especially having 2 attackers out there now. Depending on what the hand is, there's a level ball, which I'm assuming is going to get, the Poltegeist. To hopefully for them just dig that much deeper, find the energy they need, and hopefully discarding a few more Pokemon into their discard pile.
Yeah, they got a lot of energy left. They only need, like you said, 3 more to take this knockout.
Mm-hmm.
Doable.
Especially with Harpin play.
Oh, yeah.
Welder great for fire decks, but it also, in this specific matchup, is just as valuable for Mad Party.
Ooh, although... Well, no, they'd be fine. They can get rid of 2 more Bunnelbys, and then they just have 2 Poltegeist to close out the game. And with no Victini on the bench, you're not going to get walled by a Vmax. So yeah, they can actually still get this knockout. They could also just get the Great Catcher KO, and there's a lot of options for Mad Party right now.
Yeah. Not looking good for Welder for sure.
No, that is the problem. All the options for Mad Party are good. And therefore, very bad for the Welder deck. Never see another Poltegeist come down. Likely going to see another T-Break.
Break, yep. And I don't believe they used the Hearth play yet.
They have not. So if they draw into that last Bunnelby and an Energy, they can get this knockout. And they should have plenty of attackers to finish the game, which is just 2.
And honestly, they're one-shotting anything that's on the board on Colton's side. Okay,
they chose to not quick ball. So that tells me their Bunnelby must be prized, which makes sense. You have to prize something. Like statistically, one of your cards has to be prized. In fact, 4 of them probably.
So like you said, they could do a Great Catcher to take out that Mewtwo, and it would be in a great position at that point.
Yeah, this is the one way.
And there's the boss, which is not great. So again, as long as he can find an energy next turn, with the Charizard knockout that you're assuming is going to happen against that active Poltegeist, that would put him over the edge.
Yeah, Colton needed that not to happen. If they hit the Reshizard for 260, there's a chance to win this game. Unfortunately, now Stamp to 1. Does Colton play Stamp? I don't remember if he's the one that plays Stamp.
Let me pull that up. I don't think he does.
Oh, there's 1 Stamp. Yes. So it is possible here.
Yeah, he does have the Stamp, but there are plays, Poltergeist is that consistency card, and there is the Stamp. We see it in there.
The good news is, though, there's only 1 Mad Partier maybe in deck. So Poltergeist isn't like it. Obviously, if they draw that Bunnelby, they get to draw more. But with only 1 Bunnelby available, the T-Break isn't a huge threat.
Yeah, so Mad Party just needs an energy, though, if they do take knockout, because that does put them over the edge.
Yes.
So we're just looking at, potentially just finding an energy. It's not great.
Choosing a Marnie.
Not a bad play.
Hopefully finding that reset stamp.
Yep. He does.
There it is.
So there is a chance. Very slim chance, but it's there.
There is the reset stamp. Yep.
So yeah, you stamp him to 1. If he doesn't find what he does or what he needs,
you can win this game.
You can win this game.
Goss for boss, escape rope, retreat, whatever it is, boss the Poltergeist, and you probably just win the game.
Yep. He needs that. Just that energy, but if he doesn't get it on this turn, you would assume he's going to. You would hate to see that on Colton's side for sure.
Yeah, Colton did a good job playing to his outs. That's the only play that could really happen.
Having the Mew on the bench, I don't know if that matters. It is a bench spot. It's just a bench spot. I mean, see if he doesn't get off the attack. There's a chance, but no, there's
probably just double checking how many Mad Partiers in the discard.
Yep.
No reason not to.
Looks like it's going to go to game 2 with Mad Party up.
They're going to decide who goes first, who goes second. Of course, best of 3. Yeah.
Great catcher just to
give Colton time to type. Colton chooses to go second. Very correct.
Yeah.
You do not want to let Mad Party go second. You want to be able to get that first knockout and then hope that they can't hit super hard the next turn and then go from there. This is the Triple P Saturday Select.
Yep, it's a newer tournament that we've started here on Triple P Pittsburgh Pokemon Podcast. This is our 2nd Saturday Select. So at this current time, we're doing 1 a month. Typically, we're going to have at least 100 plus packs in the prize pool and some kind of swag card to go along for the winner. This tournament, the golden level ball is up for grabs for. Oh, and you would hate to see that start. But that's just not good. Getting distracted.
Can take a KO.
Yeah.
It's actually not the worst thing. It's not great. Don't get me wrong. But the odds of the Mawile getting knocked out are like low. Actually, this is not bad.
That's true.
What you can do is you can OHKO the Bunnelby, right?
Yes.
They hit you for not 180, hopefully. And then you can go ahead and float up. Knock out a Bunnelby.
If he gets something off the welder, yeah, he can float up and put something there. Or can he float up and not? Yes. And choose not to go? So he can float up for knockout, stay into the active, and then maybe next turn, depending on what he draws, have Pokemon on the bench and then float up and put him back in the deck and kind of go from there.
Oh, yeah. Because ideally, you'd go float up, knockout, shuffle back in, put a Volcanion in the active, and then you're actually in a pretty good spot.
And especially if they attack you or attack the Eldegoss and don't knock it out, that's just 1 energy that is theoretically wasted. And that's a huge thing in the Mad Party matchup for sure.
Oh, yeah. And of course, with that said, that's important. The Mad Partier would have to bench a second Bunnelby to make the double float up play. Now, will that happen? They're not doing it currently, and they didn't do it last game either.
No. I think that is the play to make for sure. It's always interesting to see those support Pokemon like Eldegoss, Dedenne, or something make a difference when it comes to attacking. It's very rare, but it's kind of fun to see.
I've never lost a game where I used Tingly Return GX. So it does happen.
It does happen.
to be fair, there's a reason. I only tingly return when I have to.
Yeah.
So it's slightly misleading statistic.
Hey, you stamp Tingler return. There you go. Who needs Raichu?
This is all pre-stamp. This is back when you'd go like turn 1, Thunder Mountain, attach to Dene, E-Power, and knock out a Jirachi for game.
Oh, jeez. So he does have options here for his bench Pokemon. Definitely don't want to put that easy Mewtwo up like what happened where he was forced to put him down last game.
No, not ideal.
No.
We see some prize checking going on. Good habit of good players.
Yes.
Currently deciding you can yeet the hand away with the Dedenne. Doesn't feel super great. You don't really want to put something great catcherable on the bench, but on the flip side, a Reshizard's not a bad thing to have on the bench either. Can tank a hit.
Yeah. Especially early game. So
yep.
He's still just debating if he wants that secondary attacker or that consistency Pokemon to kind of go through. And there's the timer. Electing to go with Crobat. Not great catcherable, but still something. Thinning his deck for Crobat's effect. Getting rid of that. Probably not going to take anything because you still have Crystal. For max effect there, gets the Victini, so he can get a backup attacker going, but his hand is not looking the greatest. But if you could potentially get 2 attacks off with Eldegoss, you're still in a pretty decent spot.
Yep, there's the float up.
Does
He's contemplating shuffling back in.
So I think he made the correct play.
Yes,
not doing that.
They're not knocking you out next turn.
Yeah.
Well, they're probably not.
I should
never say never.
With level ball, you never know, though.
That is true. Mad Party can definitely just, I don't know. They can research into 6 Mad Partiers and a Dedenne, Day them all away, and then you're out of luck.
Yeah.
Or you're in luck, depending which of the 2 decks you're playing. Ooh, what a hand.
That is a great Crobat. Whenever you can Crobat for max draw, it's always a good thing.
Oh, yeah, especially getting out the Poltegeist, getting out the energy. There's the level ball, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Level ball being whichever one you want.
Yeah.
There's another Poltegeist, too.
I think level ball has affected Mad Party more than any other one prizer deck. And then there's the research. So if you're getting rid of two more,
4.
Having another, you're going through 5. A lot of cards here.
So we're hitting for 100. 2 more T breaks would bring it up to 140. So if there's a way to discard 2 more Mad Partiers, that would be an Oko.
And did he use Hearth again?
They have not used Hearth yet.
Giant Hearth, almost after just watching this matchup, almost maybe worth putting one in a Mad Party for the off chance, because Mad Party doesn't usually play stadiums, and you have those one-off stadiums that really can affect it, like Wondrous Labyrinth or Power Plant right now. So there's a way to bump those. Plus, you can kind of use it as a way to discard. Again, I wouldn't necessarily suggest it, but an idea to play around with.
They were talking about that on the Trash Lounge podcast.
Oh, were they? I didn't even hear it. Yeah. So
you would not like their opinion on it.
Oh, what'd they say then? Are they saying yes or are they saying no?
They're saying a strong no.
I would tend to agree. I would probably, it would be worth playing. It's better, I would say, a one of Hearth is better than Path to the Peak, Duke of Hobbies.
I would probably agree with that statement. Because we've already seen there's 2 rule box Pokemon who have had very important abilities this turn.
Oh yeah, they've Crobatted for max effect. They've Professor Research and the Denate. So they've gone through so many cards. I don't even know what that is off the top of my head. But they've dug through at least half their deck looking for what they needed. And remember how you said that Eldegoss is probably safe? There it is. He's dead.
It's still the correct play by Colton.
Oh, it 100% was. And at this point, Colton's in a lot of trouble because now, not only did he get, that knockout, he's hitting for a lot. He's already done a lot of the legwork when it comes to what Mad Party wants to do is getting those Mad Parties into discard pile. So before they have whatever the tech is to take them out, what was
the Spiritomb?
Yeah, without the new Spiritomb, Mad Party's is sitting pretty in a situation like so because they've already set up, they've done the legwork. Nothing can really take that away.
And there's a Day. Looking for something that doesn't get knocked out. Did not find it.
So he does have the Volcanion. So it might be worth putting the Volcanion out there to take knockout, and as long as they don't have boss, only take a one prizer, and then you'd never evolve the Victini at that point. So they are forced to go through, or at least wait to evolve him until he's the last one to go through.
Yes, this is a situation where the Volcanion is very good because they can't go 3-1. They have to go 2-1-2 or 2-2. So I agree completely. Unfortunately, they whiffed the switch, and the Volcanion doesn't knock out anymore.
Oh, that is huge that he did not get the switch. So you're assuming you're going to have to, the Mad Party, you're forcing them to go through a 2-1-3 is probably the best thing to do.
Most likely, there's a chance they get enough in the discard pile where it's like, well, dang.
Yeah.
But yes, I think you're going to go for a Reshizard play after this one. Knock out Volk next turn. Go for the Reshizard play. And hope the Reshizard can tank 2 hits.
Would you put Reshi, or would you... I don't know what's in the discard, but would you consider putting that other Victini down next turn to potentially have him as the late game Vmax out there, just for a little extra HP?
Potentially, actually. That's a good point. Yeah, I'm not actually sure. Because like the cool thing about the Reshizard is we can KO the... So we go knockout next turn with Volcano, go down to 3 prizes, but then the Victini can get the boss play. So actually, yeah. Well, the problem is you have to evolve it, and finding the evolution is quite hard.
That is true.
Do you have boss? They win anyway.
Yeah. Do you happen to have Link for Trash Lance podcast, or is that just on Spotify?
Yeah, just Spotify and Apple and all that. Just look for Trash Lance. It should show up. But I don't have a link. Not on me.
I can go ahead and pick that if you want to commentate while we're doing this. Sure. Also, since you're looking for podcasts, make sure to check out Mellow's podcast, the Lake of Rage. Very entertaining podcast. Love his takes. Even if he's wrong, he's very, very passionate about it, and it's always fun to listen to.
So we see a T-break there coming down from the Poltergeist, getting a Bunnelby in the discard pile. Of course, they only need 2 attackers to win this game, probably. So no issues getting rid of those things. There's a Roxy, get rid of the Mew. You don't need that. Draw most of your deck. Unfortunately, I also find the Oranguru, which makes your stamp to 2 next turn, a little bit worse. And it gets a balloon, so boss stalling is no longer a win condition. Let's see, 4, 8, 11, 12, and only 1 energy down. They're hitting for 240. They get the attacker ready for next turn. Thin out the PCOM. Yeah, good play there, thinning out the hand, knowing that a reset stamp is probably coming. This is the turn to use it. No reason to wait for a stamp to 1 because they have plenty of bosses and great catchers left.
I'll find it here. I already have the app downloaded. Let's try to go through my computer to do it, but I don't have that on, so I'll go definitely find it. And also, we are on the Triple P website here, so definitely check out our podcast at Pittsburgh Pokemon Podcast on Spotify as well. Lots of great podcasts out there.
There are. Okay, so they have to find a welder this turn in order to actually get this KO. So yeah, go and thin the deck out of everything that you can. Ideally, I think we want to find a Victini. I think you said the correct play because now they're just going to hit too hard. So you have to find the Victini for the Vmax. Hopefully wall. You always stamp this turn. That's neither of those are welders.
That's not good for him.
No, so now we're going to have to go ahead and stamp, bench the Victini, day change, and hope. There's a stamp.
I mean, I think Colton's playing it as well as he can for the specific matchup he has. Just unfortunate for sure. I'm at least getting rid of those, but that's kind of irrelevant at this point.
There's a welder. We definitely want to get rid of the quick ball here because we want to keep the PCOM around to get the Vmax for next turn. Yeah, good play. Want to keep the Pokemon. We want to keep the switching outs. And take the knockout and hope. That's what you can do. Like you said, I think Colton played this matchup completely fine. I can't think of anything that he did that was possibly wrong. It's just when Mad Party pops off like this, you don't win.
No. So holding the balloon just in case is still probably the right play because he can.
Yeah, they will never disrupt your hand. It's impossible.
Yeah.
Well, it's impossible unless they have a deck list error.
So I'm going to go ahead and link our podcast as well as Mellow's at Lake Rage on here as well.
Oh, the stamp into energy research. They just need their great catcher for game. Oh, they're paused.
Did they not get it?
I mean,
Colton.
At this point, they probably win regardless.
Yeah, they're too far ahead turn-wise. Don't concede. Don't. He concedes. You never want to concede to just give it to him for free, for sure. But he definitely was in a spot that he probably doesn't win regardless. But still, you want to make him earn it, I guess.
Oh, yeah, because even if they take that knockout, you go in with the Vmax, you force them to have boss energy and evolution because they don't have the Poltergeist on the bench, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing it there. So let's go ahead and see what's going on. That was the end. Everybody else has been reported, I think.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and take a look at another one of our videos here. Also, if you haven't done so yet, hit subscribe. It goes a long way in helping us grow. Remember, we release a podcast episode once a week on all the major platforms. We also stream every Friday on Twitch and make a Whimsey Watch monthly report.